Hi, my name's Jessica. I've been a manager in the food industry now for 10 plus years. My informative speech is going to be on how to be a good manager and steps to take to make sure that you are doing exactly everything that you can be doing and going above and beyond what your actual employer is asking. So, to start out, when you start out as a new employee in anywhere, manager, crew member, anything like that at all, you really want to take your time and you want to go over any policies and double check anything and always ask questions if there's something that you do not understand. In my line of work, there is never a stupid question. You're only stupid if you don't ask because you'll never know the answer to it. So some tips that I found that are much easier. It helps the manager out, and especially when you're going above and you're handling other crew members and other employees underneath you, you have to make sure that they're also doing all their jobs too. So one thing that I always do when I start somewhere or a new employee comes in to start at where I work now, we always like to go through and do a check. So one thing that I found that is a lot easier, especially for a manager, I still even use this today, is checklists. You have checklists and you can actually go through and it shows you exactly what you're supposed to be doing, and then you can mark the box and make sure that it is done. This one is actually very nice because it gives you for a morning shift and then also a night shift. So this also allows both morning shift and night shift managers to sort of have communication with each other, not just in our manager logbook, where if you have a write up or something happens, we can write it in there. But this allows even your employees underneath you, your coworkers, know exactly what's going on in the business and in the industry, and what our strengths are, what our weaknesses are, and what we can work on. Because anywhere that you go, it's always teamwork. You are always a team member. It does not matter what your title is. If somebody's struggling, you help. Another thing that I found that is actually really wonderful is to have like cheat sheets around, because sometimes it gets busy and it gets going, and when you do have new people, it's very hard to make sure, oh geez, what was the time on that, like when do we have to throw this food out, how long can it sit for. So then we can make up little cheat sheets that show you exactly how to do that sort of thing. So, and it tells you what the times are and when to throw them out and that sort of thing. That way, with state standards and everything like that, you have to make sure, because if state comes into a place such as a hospital or something of that nature, and you get demerits, is what it's called, you can actually be fined. Your facility will be fined, and you can be shut down until it's handled. And nobody wants that at all. That costs a lot of money. That if it is a hospital, you are struggling, that's going to be a burden on your patients and your residents, and they don't need that. Residents, this is their home. So it's definitely a plus to always have the cheat sheets going. It's having a managers meeting amongst all the managers when you can is also great. Then you can also talk to other ones about maybe you're having a problem with this or with this. Maybe you can actually come up with an even better way than what your employer has put as the standard of doing something. You might actually come up with a better way and a greater idea on how to do that. And it could save them money. It could save time. It really does not hurt to be vocal. If you see something, say something. It's the same way as if it was in like out in the environment. You are family, you end up working together, and when you come to start a place, it's much better to take that on and make it your own. It is yours. So, and anytime, if any coworkers, always have an open door policy as well. And anytime if something's going on, even in your personal life or whatever, but it's going to affect you. So please let me know. Come to me. Maybe we can work something out. Maybe we can figure out a different way for your schedule to go if that's what the problem is. I mean, we want good employees. You want loyal employees. They will work forever for you. They will do anything that's asked of them. So these are just some helpful tips that I've learned and to be a great manager. So if anybody else has any ideas or anything like that, I would be more than welcome to hear them.